Hi fellow crafters, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Terri from nutsAboutStamping.com. Today I have a super cool Christmas card idea to share with you. I'm going to introduce and use Stampin' Up's fairly new two-tone cardstock. There's a technique using this cardstock that is amazing and I can't wait to show it to you. After my video is over, you'll want to link over to my blog for a complete listing of the supplies, all the measurements you need, and the product ordering numbers, because I know you're going to want to order this cardstock. So let's get going. Before we get going on this project, I thought maybe I would just show you the painted 3D embossing folder. I absolutely love it because it adds some amazing depth and texture to any kind of project that you want to create using it, and you'll see that in a moment. It's got 3 trees on it, but for today's project, because I'm going to be using it as a card front layer, we're only going to use these 2 trees. Now here is this new scrapbook paper that Stampin' Up has recently come out with. It is available through an online exclusive order, so you won't see it in our catalogs just yet. I'm not sure about next year's catalog, but right now you'll have to go to my online store to check it out. So this is a 2-tone 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. Now just let me show you. Here's one side, and when you turn it over, you can see that the other side is either lighter or darker, depending on what side you're looking at. So here's the darker side, and here's the lighter side. So I think that's really cool that you could use actually both sides of the paper on your project, and you would have the same color, which is Old Olive, but you'd have a darker tone and a lighter tone. But that's not all. I think there's something else that's quite magical about this scrapbook paper, and I'll have to show that to you. So I'm going to take my embossing folder and I'm going to emboss this scrapbook paper. So I will go over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and I'll be right back and I'll show you what this looks like when it's embossed. Okay, here we go. You can see that it has been embossed, and I wish you could feel it. It's got amazing texture, and it's got a raised surface. Now, you might be able to see that it looks like there's a little bit of a lighter color showing through, and that's what makes this paper so magical. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this sanding block. Now, Stampin' Up used to sell these quite a few years ago. You can just go to your regular hardware store, paint store, hobby store, and get a sanding block. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to lightly rub over the tree, and you're going to scrape off the top layer of this paper. And it's white in between. You can see that it's still dark on the other side. Well, actually, this is the light side. But you can see that the white doesn't show through when I sand it. And so I'm going to continue sanding it. And then I'm going to do the second tree as well. So you can sand as much or as little as you want. And what I think it does is it creates this really cool snow effect. Do you like that too? I think it's really awesome. So you don't have to do a lot of technical things to this layer to create sort of a snowy scene. You just use the paper, your embossing folder, and your sanding block. I'm going to sand this a little bit more, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we're going to do with this layer. My card base is going to be basic white, and I'm going to do it as a portrait layout. And I'm going to take this layer that I have sanded, and I'm going to adhere it down using my multi-purpose liquid glue. Now, I don't have a phrase for the front of my card, and there isn't one that comes with the embossing folder. So I'm going to use the Peaceful Season stamp set. And I have got this phrase that says, "Love from my home to yours." And I've got a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to ink it up, this phrase up, using my old olive ink, and I'm going to stamp it down on this, and then I'll trim it so that the length of the basic white matches the length of my phrase. Back in a moment. All right, I have my phrase ready to add to my card front, and I'm going to use some mini Stampin' Dimensionals just to give the phrase a little bit of lift and add some visual interest to the front of my card. Now it's time to talk embellishments, and I'm quite torn. I have these earth tone shimmer gems. I wouldn't use the green, but I'm thinking about the lighter color ones. Or I have the iridescent faceted gems. So which ones do you think I should use? The earth tones or the faceted gems? Leave me a comment in the description box under this video and let me know. And I'm going to keep it a surprise for now. You can head on over to my blog for a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements. There's not a lot of them for the layers for this card. And I'll also provide you with the ordering number for this two-tone cardstock. This is not the only color that we have in two-tone, so you might want to try a project idea similar to this one using some of the other colors. So you can link over to my online store and have a look at what's available. And also on my blog post, I'll provide you with some additional ideas for using this amazing embossing folder. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. I'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.